Picture Sting on stage, his presence magnetic, voice weaving through melodies that linger long after the music fades. This is the image most of us remember, but beneath that cool exterior lies a complex web of motivations and pressures. To understand Sting, we must look beyond the public persona that the world rewards and into the intricate psychology that fuels his artistry. At first glance, Sting could be seen as a classic Enneagram Type 4, the individualist. Fours are driven by a deep desire to understand their own identity and express their uniqueness. They often feel a sense of longing, a missing piece they must find through their art. This core motivation seems to fit Sting's career, as he consistently seeks authenticity and depth in his music. Yet his public persona also reveals the characteristics of a Type 3, the achiever. Threes are motivated by a desire to be admired, to succeed, and to be seen as valuable. This duality between seeking authenticity and achieving recognition creates a tension that is palpable in Sting's work and life. The fame machine of the 80s certainly played a significant role in shaping Sting's public image. The industry thrived on larger-than-life personas, and for Sting, the pressure to maintain this image was immense. The music industry's rewards and punishments were clear. Success was celebrated, but any deviation could lead to swift judgment. Within this ecosystem, Sting's persona became a mask, a carefully crafted image that the public adored and the industry demanded. Relationships also played a crucial role in Sting's life. His alliances and rivalries, romantic entanglements, and group dynamics within bands like The Police all contributed to the complex tapestry of his public and private selves. Was he the charismatic leader, the rebellious artist, or the isolated genius? Each role served a purpose, allowing him to navigate the intricate social dynamics of fame while maintaining some semblance of control over his narrative. The mask Sting wore for the public was one of confidence and intrigue. But what about the private self? The pressures to perform, both on stage and off, were relentless. The audience saw the polished image, yet the role demanded constant upkeep, often at the expense of personal peace. This is where dark psychology comes into play. The fame machine rewards the mask, but underneath, the true self grapples with the demands of maintaining it. Growth and shadow integration are pivotal in understanding Sting's journey. His gift for music and storytelling can become a trap when the expectations of others overshadow personal fulfillment. The same drive that pushes him to create can also lead to burnout and disillusionment, if not balanced with self-awareness and acceptance of his shadow self. As we explore Sting's narrative, it's worth reflecting on our own lives. Have you ever felt the tug to become what others admire, even if it means hiding your true self? The tension between public persona and private pressure is not unique to celebrities. It resonates with anyone who has ever felt the weight of expectations. As we continue this exploration, consider where you see these patterns in your own life. The desire to be understood, the yearning for authenticity, the mask we present to the world. These are universal themes that connect us all. Where do they show up for you? In Sting's journey, the interplay of his Enneagram type reveals the core fears and desires that shape his actions and internal conflicts. A Type 4 with a strong 3-wing, he is driven by the longing for authenticity and significance. The 4's desire to find their unique identity is often colored by feelings of inadequacy, while the 3-wing pushes for achievement and admiration. This duality fuels a tension between creating art that is personally meaningful and crafting a persona that garners public acclaim. This inner conflict often plays out in key moments of Sting's career. Consider his decision to leave the Police at the height of their success. This act was not merely career-driven, it was a deeply personal decision rooted in his need to assert his individuality and escape the confines of a collective identity that no longer served him. The dissolution of the band can be seen as a symbolic death, a necessary shedding of one skin to allow for the rebirth of another. Sting's subsequent solo work is emblematic of his journey toward self-realization. Here he delves into themes of love, loss, and existential inquiry, reflecting his quest for deeper meaning beyond the superficial trappings of fame. Yet even in his solo career, the 3-wing's influence is evident in his polished performances and strategic career moves. This interplay of desires and fears embodies the archetypal struggle of the artist, a dance between the need for recognition and the fear of losing one's essence. Shadow integration becomes crucial here. For Sting, acknowledging his envy, the shadow side of the four, allows him to confront the insecurity that drives his need for validation. By embracing these darker aspects, he can channel them into his art, transforming personal angst into universal expressions of the human condition. This process not only fuels his creativity, but also grounds his public persona in a more authentic reality. In relationships, the complexity deepens. Sting's romantic entanglements often mirror his inner struggle. The desire for deep, soulful connections can clash with the three wings' tendency towards image consciousness. His partnerships, both personal and professional, become arenas where his inner dynamics play out. Each relationship provides a mirror, reflecting the parts of himself he must confront and integrate. The ecosystem around Sting, composed of collaborators, fans, and critics, also plays a significant role in his psychological landscape. Within this web, each interaction becomes a test of authenticity. How does one maintain personal integrity while navigating the pressures of public expectation? This question is central to Sting's narrative and resonates with anyone who has ever felt torn between self-expression and societal demands. The path forward involves an ongoing process of self-discovery and evolution. For Sting, this means continually peeling back layers of persona to reveal the core self, a journey without a final destination, marked by moments of profound insight and transformation. His music becomes a map of this journey, each album a chapter in the story of his becoming. As you reflect on these themes, consider how they manifest in your own life. Where do you see the tension between your public and private selves? How do the shadows you carry influence your interactions and self-perception? Sting's story is a lens through which we can examine our own narratives, finding connection in the shared human experience of desire, fear, and transformation. This exploration invites us to step into our own shadows, to confront the parts of ourselves we might prefer to hide. In doing so, we move closer to the authenticity that both the artist and the human condition yearn for. A journey toward wholeness and self-acceptance that Sting continues to navigate, both in his art and in his life,